What's up, guys? Welcome to episode number 2. If you watched episode 1, thank you. Appreciate it. If you haven't, make sure you go check that shit out. This is episode number 2 of my Q&A series. Ask C-Roy. So, second question I got was in regards to a home gym, building a home gym. Question came to me from a guy. He messaged me on Facebook, so I'm not sure if he wants to remain anonymous or not. Just be safe, we'll keep him anonymous. But he told me that he's basically given up on finding a personal trainer. That should go to tell you that he obviously doesn't live anywhere near me, because then it wouldn't be a problem. But never mind that. Anyways. So what he's gonna do is he's gonna build a home gym. And he asked me, he's gonna build it in his basement or his garage, I forget which one. But he's gonna build a home gym, and he asked me for advice on equipment. What kind of equipment he should get for his home gym. It's a great question. There's a lot of people that don't have a lot of time to get to the gym based on hours that they're working and hours that the gym's open. You know, maybe you guys can do the same thing, kind of get like a little gym going in your house. So this guy's goals, his goals are to lose 50 pounds and tone up by March 1st, I think it was. And I say tone up with the quotation marks because it's a phrase that everyone's probably heard a million times. You know, women say all the time, oh, I just want to get toned. I want my arms to be toned. I don't want to get big and bulky. I just want to tone up. It's a huge misconception, and I'm going to explain to you guys what that means. Fuck it, I'll do it right now. So, tone or being toned, what that means is having shape to a muscle in the absence of body fat. I think it's a common misconception that being toned means that you just melt the fat away and then the muscle's there to show, and the muscle doesn't change at all. That's not what happens at all. So you can't specifically target a body part to take the fat away from that body part. Like women, they always want like the bottoms of their arms, you know, it's always flabby, so they always want to tone up the back of their arms. So, you know, they grab the 2.5 pound weights and they do, you know, 60,000 kickbacks to try and melt the fat off the back of their arms. It doesn't work that way. Sorry, but being toned, you actually have to use a legitimate amount of weight. I'm not saying you have to lift super heavy, but you need some sort of resistance training to shape your muscle, and then your diet has to be on point to get rid of your body fat so that muscle can show. That's what being toned is. But we'll get a little bit more into that. So that myth, debunked once and for all. Listen, get it through your heads. 60,000 reps of 2.5 pound dumbbells or 18,000 reps of, you know, donkey kicks, and that ain't doing shit. So stop wasting your time. But to the question. So, home gym essentials, equipment-wise. I got my top 5 written up on the board. I'm gonna go through them all. Now, like I said, this guy's goal is to lose 50 pounds and tone up by March 1st. So he's just looking to lose some weight and get in shape. This gym, this home gym, is specifically designed towards that goal. So this isn't a home gym for everybody. If your goals are different, it's probably a different home gym. I know my home gym, you know, I want to get big, I want to put on a lot of size, I want to get jacked. So my home gym is probably going to look a little different. Probably going to have some barbells in my home gym, probably some really heavy kettlebells, really heavy dumbbells, you know, different things. So this home gym is for this guy's specific goal of losing 50 pounds and getting in shape. First, we got a dumbbell set. I'm not sure what kind of budget you're working with. I'm not sure where your starting strength is at. So, you know, the weights and the amount of dumbbells that you buy is completely up to you. But we need some sort of resistance training. Like I said, back to earlier, if you want to tone up, you need to build some lean muscle mass so you can show that muscle. Once you get your diet and everything in order, you start to lose that body fat, that muscle will show through. That's where you're gonna get that toned look. But not only for the tone look, I mean, the more muscle you build, the more calories you're gonna burn as well. So, you know, if I have, you know, Chris A, and then I have a complete clone of myself here, Chris B. You know, if Chris A is, you know, 195 pounds, 8% body fat, it's nice and lean, lots of lean muscle. Chris B is, you know, same height, but he's 250 pounds, you know, a lot of fat. If both of those guys walked a mile, Chris A and Chris B, they both walked a mile. They're exact clones, same exact genetic makeup. The only difference is Chris A has way more lean body mass than Chris B. Chris B's probably gonna have to work a hell of a lot harder because he's fat as hell and he has to carry all that extra weight to walk a mile. But actually Chris A, the one that's in shape and has more lean body mass, is gonna burn more calories walking that mile than the fat one will. Because he has more lean muscle, it takes more calories to move lean muscle. So the more lean muscle you have, the more calories you're gonna burn. A, when you're working out, and B, even throughout your entire day. Through a 24-hour period, you're gonna burn way more fat. So dumbbell set for those two reasons. Also dumbbells, with a home gym, you can do a ton of different things with dumbbells to keep things interesting, switch it up, just more versatile than a barbell. And barbells are, you know, big, long, take up a lot of space, impractical, and if you don't know 100% what you're doing, they can be dangerous. So, dumbbells number one. Number two, if you got dumbbells, you're gonna need some type of bench. You know, lay down, do presses, do seated presses. You can do braced dumbbell rows, but you can also use them for box jumps, step ups, get your heart rate up, get that metabolic up. Sorry about that, camera cut out. Piece of shit. All right, back to the list. So the bench, you can do box jumps, step ups, you know, things that get your heart rate up, get that metabolic conditioning effect. Also, get just a standard flat bench. The adjustable ones that incline cost like double, and even a flat bench is expensive as shit. Way more than it should cost, but what are you gonna do? Third, kettlebells. Kettlebells are extremely versatile. You can do swings, squats, you can still do presses and stuff with them, you still do rows with them. I mean, you can do almost anything you can with a dumbbell, plus more, but you also, the weight's distributed differently, so you can do some different types of things with them. But most importantly, try and get two if you can. Obviously you can get away with one in the beginning, but the big reason I have these on here is so you can do farmer carries, farmer walks, whatever you want to call them. Just when you hold two heavy-ass weights in each hand and you just walk around. Great for your core, great for your grip strength, great for your shoulders. And the big reason it's on here is in the aspect of a home gym, you know, you're not going to have a ton of variety when it comes to strength training. And you want some sort of strength training. So, I mean, just farmer's carries are awesome for just kind of full body strength. But they need to be somewhat heavy. You definitely want them to be considerably heavier than your heaviest set of dumbbells. For example, if like your heaviest set of dumbbells are 40, 50 pounds, you probably want maybe a set of like 70-pound kettlebells. But like I said, if you can just get one at the beginning, that's fine. You can still do swings with one. You can even still do carries with one. You just hold it in one arm. And you actually work a lot of left to right imbalance work. And it's a suitcase carry. It's still a great exercise. But kettlebells are awesome, all stars. And then also with kettlebells, I just want to mention goblet squats. Obviously, you know, you don't have a barbell, so you can be doing like back squats or front squats or anything, but a heavy ass goblet squat where you just hold the weight in your chest and squat with it, all star of an exercise. No matter what my goals are, I do a goblet squat some way, shape, or form almost every single day. And goblet squats, in my opinion, are probably one of the most underrated exercises out there. So, awesome exercise. Get some heavy kettlebells to do them with. Perfect. Next up, so these three right here, I would say these three, if you just start with those three, you're off to a great start. Those will be the staple of your gym, staple of your programming. You can get awesome training effect with those three things. These next two are kind of just bonuses. So a medicine ball, it'll give you a little spice to your programming. You can do all kinds of throws, wall balls, slams, lots of different core things you can do with med balls. Just to add a little bit of spice to your programming, make it a little bit more fun. And it's actually not expensive, which is a bonus. You can get medicine balls fairly cheap. when you're considering all this other stuff. So definitely the cheapest thing up here. Like I said, just to add a little bit of spice, make it a little bit more fun and interesting for you. And then lastly, an aerobic machine. I have like a Concept 2 rower or an Airdyne on here. Simply for the fact that treadmills, you can run in the summer. And that's all you can do on a treadmill is run. So really for the most part, or walk. And you can do that outside in the summertime. These things you could use year-round, and it's something that you're not going to really get anywhere else. They're fan-based, they're fan-powered, so the resistance curve is a little different. The harder you push, the harder it pushes back. Makes for interesting workouts, but also, I mean, just the computers that come with these things, you can do so many different things with your workouts. You know, I know myself, I've built up a huge aerobic capacity with these kinds of machines. Just all stars. They're awesome machines. A little bit more expensive though. So as I said, start with these staples, and then, you know, I'm talking maybe 2-3 years down the line, if you're really starting to get bored with it, or you're starting to plateau and you're not making the gains that you want to make, then that's when I would introduce something like this. And it'll just completely open up your programming to do, you could do so many things with that alone. And then when you start to incorporate using these other things along with that new machine, I mean, shit, you'll be occupied for a long ass time. But those things are great. So like I said, these top 3, those are your staples. If you could just start with those 3 things, you're off to a phenomenal start, and you absolutely could hit your goal by March 1st. If the diet's on point. Diet's gotta be on point though, man. You cannot outwork a shitty diet, period. Diet's gotta be on. Med balls, you can throw those in there. They're not expensive in comparison to everything else, so if you want to get those going, you could too. And then obviously later down the line with that aerobic machine, you throw that guy in. So those are my top 5 recommendations for your home gym for your specific goals. Give those a shot, give those a shot, and give me a shout if you have any questions. I'm going to be starting a how-to series to show you how to do different types of exercises with different types of equipment. So that'll be great for you specifically, and anybody else looking to kind of work out on their own in their home gym or whatever. So be on the lookout for that series coming up soon. I'll probably be releasing it in the next week or so. But I want to get this video out because I got a lot of good questions from that first week. I wanted to get these questions answered and get this thing up and running. So if you've been watching, if you watched last week, if you watched this week, thank you so much. I appreciate the support. Like the video, share the video if you found it helpful, and remember to subscribe to the channel, especially if you want to be a healthy, jacked motherfucker. I'm out.